Here we are spawning the bottom right in the blue, of course, representing Kites of Gaming. The man, the machine, is Innovation. And his opponent at the bottom, in the upper left, in the red, representing Good Game Gaming, taking the first PvT in a 2-to-1 fashion. He is Patience. And for whatever reason, I thought I had the audio thing working, but apparently not. I'll figure that out later. No big deal. So we just got a little bit of banter coming on in. Again, I wish I spoke Korean. But, yeah, Innovation, Patience, very clearly good friends. I'm actually going to flip up, that's unfortunate. But very, very clearly good friends. We do have Innovation going for a Reaper Expand build in this game number 1. And that's, I'm not going to say it's surprising, because it isn't, not really, but it is interesting. Because there's kind of this dichotomy that we see with... even Inyo getting on the action there. There's this dichotomy that we do see in Terran builds, right? On the one hand, we often see Marine openers, Marine into Reactor, go from there. Don't want to spend the gas on the Reaper, and that does allow you to get into your factory a little bit faster, into your reactor a little bit faster. But on the flip side, some Terrans just really like to make sure they have that scouting and they have that damage potential. And they will go, they will play builds that are a Reaper first. And Innovation strikes me as one of those players. I mean, it allows him to make use of the, well, just really make use of his mechanics at this point. So, Patience will open Twilight in this game. And it's most likely going to be Blink Stalkers. I don't think we're going to see a Glaive Adept all in like we saw in game number 2. I mean, that just seems like a one-off. And probably not worthwhile. I love how my OBS docs are like perennially. Apparently it's all untranslatable. I love how my browser docs are like perennially. For some reason they're super blurry. It's a from what I understand, what I'm given to understand, it's a OBS issue with different with having monitors of, or it's a Windows bug with different having monitors of different resolutions. But anyway. It's rather annoying, so again, I apologize if I'm slow to respond to things because I just can't read it. Everything else is fine, but my pop-out chat tabs are not. So once again, we do have Patience here. Innovation going. Well, they're having some fun. We will of course see Blink on the way. 3-gate Blink, I think. I don't think we're going to see a 4th gate here. So 3-gate Blink. This is a bit more middle of the road. You don't have to get damage done here, but it does give you the opportunity to. And if Innovation does something super crazy, well, you got what you need to be able to defend it. You know, Innovation first part does look like he's going for a, what am I going to drop after this? But look at this, the Reaper's going to be able to dive on in. We'll knock off 1 probe, which, it's not nothing. It's not something, but it's not nothing. And, well, I should say technically it is something, but it's really not going to be all that impactful. As now Innovation, he's going on top of the drop, or going onto the drop here. And this is just a what am I drop, by the way. We're not seeing an armory, something like that. And look at this, Patience. Already aware. Fantastic pylon positioning there. That does mean he will be able to have Stalkers in position. And while Blink is not done yet, well, he just will be able to have Stalkers taking the pot shots. In Innovation, nothing going on with this. So we will have, of course, +1 stim combat shield will be the... Actually, yeah, okay, +1 stim combat shield will be the name of the game here. As there we go. Stim on the way, +1 on the way. And we should see an additional tech lab for that combat shield. So it's going to be a fairly large timing coming on in here from Innovation is, well, we don't have a 3rd base on the way, right? On the way, so we do expect that, anyway, that is, well, just something that Innovation has to deal with just a little bit. There's no 3rd base on the way. We're going to see that one coming on down at 7 minutes-ish, now 6:37 minutes, and that's going to be right around the time where he does push out. So it's one of those ideas where you defend your expansion by attacking. Granted, in this case, it is you defend your late expansion. Or you defend the idea of the late expansion by putting some pressure on. But now the drop's going to come on in here. Patience, are you paying attention here? Is the pull going to be good enough? And at the last second, it will be. So one worker will go down. But the Widowmine does die. And this, okay, Patience, yeah, he's going to be fine. A little bit of extra damage here. And the third Widowmine will be kept out on the... will just be kept there to distract Patience for the time being. Because now Innovation, he's got his push on the way. The common rule of... Oh, Innovation going into 5... Never mind, he does have third command center on the way. The common rule of thumb is when the Terran salvages their bunker, well, you know what's going to happen. You know that he's pushing out right then, right there. So +1 is just about done. Combat shields are done. Stim is done. So this is going to be Innovation's timing just a little bit here. It's not a lot. This is honestly not that big of an army. Patience does have to be careful, as it's only like 5 Stalkers and one Colossus. Now, Patience, he's microing pretty well, but he will lose the, he will lose everything. Actually, no, he's going to lose the Colossus too. Yeah, it's going to be a recall, but that's not going to be worthwhile. And I think Innovation just kind of kills Patience here. That is unfortunate to say, but there's no Colossus on the map right now. We do have one on the way, but Innovation just going to be able to stay on top of this. We don't have a shield battery. Probably can just stay on top of that Colossus. I would like to see that, but okay, not going to happen just yet. No, we don't have a rally pushing, so Patience, I guess, will be allowed to stay alive for the time being. Man, if Innovation had his rally, instead of having a clumped rally, being worried about his reinforcements getting taken down, this game would be over right now. But now we have Innovation. The push is coming on in. But again, it's not the one Colossus and nothing on the ground situation that Innovation ran into earlier. No, this is 2 Colossus now. There are some sentries. But look at this. We have a carpet bomb of Widowmines going to drop on top of Patience's entire army. And look at this. He's going to drop him behind too. So it's going to, you can't retreat. And that's Patience saying, what? I kind of thought that was Patience saying GG, but that's not going to be the case. As now, well, the Colossus are going to get targeted down. One going down. Second one going to go down. Even across the shield battery overcharge. The sentries are dying as well. And this is just the beginning of the end here for Patience. So, I mean, he's doing a fairly good job of holding here, but the rally is continuing. Stalker, or excuse me, the Vikings are going to be dropped here, and Vikings actually do very well against probes and Stalkers both. So, with really the lack of tech is the problem here for Patience. He can warp in as much as he wants. When he does not have these high-powered, high-cost units, well, it's not going to be possible for him to really take the fight that he's looking for. Innovation now with his rally moving across the map. He's not making the mistake he did previously of, well, you know, making the mistake of not having that rally continuously going. So now the Vikings in the sky means these Colossus are just not getting the damage they need. Innovation, of course, just microing back on into that concave, and it's just a bunch of Blink Stalkers, which, again, are somewhat holding, right? Innovation's army has not reached critical mass quite here, but it's not critical mass death either. And, well, we got another shield battery overcharge on the way, but that one's just going to die. And, well, we're just starting to see some production go down at this point. So, well, the pylon's going to get canceled, going to get killed too. That means no more Colossus on the field, just a bunch of Blink Stalkers. And, well, maybe Innovation backs up for a second, because the Blink Stalkers he's having a hard time punching through them. I mean, now the shield battery's gone. We're down to, Patience is down 2 gateways. He's not going to be able to build any Colossus for the time being. Probes have been pulled, so it does feel like, yeah, this is just kind of an eventual drips and drabs type thing. Actually, yeah, the Robo's going to get killed too. And look at that, we even have Ghosts on the way. So fantastic EMPs here, and this is just, this is the slow death. The death by 1,000 cuts. The death of ages here as now Innovation. He's just slowly knocking Patience on down. But I mean, Patience, to his credit, is doing a really good job of not dying. I will give Patience that. He has not died. He still has some semblance of economy. He's lost 22 probes and not been able to really replace them all that much yet. Innovation has a 4th base on the way, and this is not like Innovation got super all in off this, right? Innovation, he's advancing his tech. He has Ghosts. He has this 4th base on location. He has 75 SCVs. So even if maybe, just maybe, the Army Supply lead is not what it once was, Patience, he's down 3,000 resources, and it's not like he has a big economy to make up for that. And now, of course, we have a Dark Shrine on the way. A second Robo on the way as well, so we will see double Robo something. Yeah, there we go. Double Robo Disruptor on the way here, because again, Patience needs ways to get back on up into this game. He's taken a lot of damage, and while he's not out, he's certainly the chances of winning this game are getting rather slim right now. So what is he going to do? It's going to be Dark Shrine. As Wise Man once said, win behind Dark Shrine. But on top of that, Destructor Tech will be the name of the game here, and he's going to look to leverage his upgrade lead. All right, +2 Colossus against +1 Bio. Well, oh, a lot of Ghosts are going to go down. Nice force fields there. We'll be able to knock down a lot of these Ghosts, and that's a lot of tech on the right-hand side, even if the EMPs do eventually go off. But now we're going to have a triple drop on into the main base, and this is where things get a little bit dicey. Innovation, well, we're going to see a lot of Zealots get warped on in, but there's no charge, so they're not going to be all that useful, and this is Innovation making use of his supply lead at this point. Patience does not have enough to be in two places at once, and yes, his army is powerful, but that's just not going to be enough. GG Innovation. Spawning in the bottom left, in the blue, he is, of course, representing a Good Game Gaming. He is the one, the only, Patience. And his opponent in the bottom, in the upper right, in the red, taking game number 1 in just an absolute display of dominance. From Kaitse Gaming, Innovation. And well, we saw how well game number 1 went. Innovation just absolutely, he caught the army of Patience on the map, out of position, and he was able to kill a couple sentries. He killed off almost all the Stalkers, if not all of the Stalkers, and got into Colossus too. And honestly, Innovation probably wins that game right there and then, if he is doing a full rally, instead of keeping a majority of his army home, on the wild chance that there are some shenanigans from Patience. So, it was the safe play, it was the correct play. But if he had been rallying, that was a dead Patience right there. And because Innovation, well, not really able to snowball his army at the front, at least at first, so the game did go another 5 minutes. But Patience just started taking a little bit too much damage as, again, things did just kind of snowball. So we're going to have to see whether that happens, whether that does not happen. Hopefully it won't in this game number 2, because I, for one, I'm interested in a longer game. I'm interested in a game where Patience wins that takes us on into game number 3. But of course, no homerism, just I like good StarCraft. So now we have a Reaper on the map as, well, question marks fly as that Reaper will find the probe. So actually, we got a bunch of adepts that are going to find their way on in. Now, they won't be able to get anything done. Or I guess it won't be able to get anything done here as, well, the bunker will complete. So this is just a scouting adept at this point. But it will be able to deny some mining time, and that's going to be nice. Just, it doesn't delay the command center, of course. This is a bit longer map. But, you know, we'll be able to deny mining time for just a little bit. As we do have Stargate play on the way here for Patience. And I do like that, of course. Innovation not really showing any sort of really committed aggression at this point. Because now the 2 adepts will get on back here, and that does mean this Hellion can't really fight them. Well, actually, there we go. That's a dead SCV. Okay, as they attempt to repair the Hellion, well, that means an SCV will go on down. Hey, they're just going to get on out. And that is mining time delayed for the last, well, significant bit of time here. And now with 3 adepts. And an Oracle flying across the map, eventually. With an Oracle flying across the map, this does give Patience maybe a little bit more room to get some damage done. And of course here from Patience, we will see the Oracle fly on in. And Innovation, he's going for Widow Mine drop. But more importantly, he has opened up Widow Mines. And that will allow him to go on in. And oh, these Oracles are going to, well, the Adepts will dive on in One adept will go on down here, but the rest of his army, well, not going to get a whole lot done here. Now, the adepts will kill off the majority of the Marines. And this Oracle is going to get very low, sitting here on 10 HP, and it's going to be not drawn into the Widow Mine. I mean, Innovation tried, but Patience is going to be a little bit too fast on things. And now, well, a couple workers have died, decent amount of army has died. Patience, he's up 3 workers, which honestly is a lot less than you would want. And he is going for that Adept Glaive all in once again. And Stargate into Adept Glaives, and Patience is pretty much the only person that you see do this, which, well, that means it's 2 things. Either it's Patience has discovered something new that is really good, or most players don't think it's all that great. And, well, it certainly worked in game number 1. So, at least for Patience, so it's working out a little bit. We're going to have to see whether it's going to work out for him in this game. In this, again, the game is a little bit different, right? This was a Widow Mine drop build. Well, that Innovation just kind of decided not to do Widow Mine drops for because he, Patience got a little aggressive. And not a Hellion drop. But anyway, with the 2 Oracles on the map and the Phoenix, and all of these Adepts that are going to be coming on in. Now, there's a 3rd base on the way, of course. So this is, well, how many gates do we have right now? We have 3. I'm actually kind of surprised we don't see additional gateways on the way just yet. As, there we go. We will see 4 Adept. There we go. 4 gateways are done. And you gotta remember, this was a 6 gate all in the last time the Patience did it. But also, he had to cancel his 3rd base. So we're going to have to see what happens with that. As a bunch of Adepts are going to show on up here. Most likely to just shade on into the mineral line, I guess, is the play there. Is just prevent mining, knock off a bunch of mining from Innovations. We have 4 more Adepts on in. So this is actually getting to a rather scary number. As Patience, he's up a little bit in army supply. Not a ton. But yeah, these are absolutely, they're just going to go on behind the mineral line here. And that does mean the SCVs are going to get pulled on top of the bunker. But, I mean, the Stargate's not getting anything done either. So the Adepts here, they're going to get stuck just a little bit. And while one Oracle will go down immediately, I guess the rally will kill that off. Didn't really see. Now the Adepts are going to go on in, try to jump on top of what they can. But this is far less successful for Patience than the previous build was. And the Stasis Trap will not be able to go down. So this is just not a lot of damage here for Patience. This is not him snowballing nearly as well as he did in the previous game. And I am now getting worried for the man from Good Game Gaming. It looks like the Adepts will shade on in once again. Just target down as many workers as they can. But I don't know. This is worth it. It's 4 SCVs for like 6 Adepts. Adepts lost double the Innovations lost double the resources of his opponent. His army is 3 times the size. And if I'm Innovation right now, I'm saying, YOLO. Let's go across the map. Let's go kill Patience. And there's just no splash, right? 4 more gateways are on the way, so we're gonna have 8 gate. We're gonna have blink. We don't have charge. We're going to have some Immortals, though. I am not convinced that Patience is going to have what he needs to defend. But hey, a bunch of Sentries and some Immortals. Maybe that's going to work. As now, Innovation will find this, we'll find the natural, we'll find the main base here. And this is interesting. So, we got this kind of cool wall warp-in location coming on in from Patience to make sure that, well, he's able to warp in stuff as quickly as possible. Warp in flanking positions as well, I guess. And, honestly, with the 2 Immortals and the Sentries, Patience is taking a rather good fight for what it is. Now, of course, we're waiting for Innovation's rally to come across the map. And this game only gets harder for Patience from this point. As he does not have Splash. He has an attack upgrade, but that's just about it. But now we do have the Robo Bay on the way. So he will be able to get on into Colossus Tech. We'll be able to make sure that he can theoretically hold this off, should he get there. Alright, now we will have Adepts they're going to dive on it, and this one feels like it has a lot more damage potential. As, there we go, 4 workers, 5, 6 workers going down for 4 Adepts. Yeah, this is a lot more, this is a lot better here for Patience, even if he does kind of stop targeting things at the end. But hey, he forces Innovation back, he gets himself a worker lead once again, and he buys time. He buys time for, I believe this is just going to be straight Disruptors coming on out, as he doesn't necessarily feel like he has time for Colossus deck. But the question is whether he has time to defend this drop. So now the drop's going to come on up into the main base here, but Patience, he's absolutely in position. He's going to blink on top. And, well, we do have +2 on the way, but of course +1 armor is going to be done quicker for Innovation. So, oh, it will be Colossus. Okay. Alright, so now Innovation, he doesn't have that 40 supply lead that we saw Cure take the benefit of in some of the games of the last series, or even the Army supply lead that we saw Innovation really have in the last game. But it's about 10 to 20, depending on warp in and production cycles. And how many Colossus do we have? That's the really big thing here. So one Colossus on the map. So these adepts do continue to get damage done. There we go. Oh, 8 workers go down for this. So this is actually, we're starting to see actually Patience get a lot more damage with this, but really the question is whether he's going to be able to hold, because where is that Colossus? Oh, Colossus stuck. Oh, no, Patience, you need to have 2 on this one. His Colossus just rallied on into the middle of the map, so he's just holding with gateway units at this point. Now the Widow Mines are going to get some really good shots, because again, Widow Mines, very good against gateway units. But now with the Disruptor here, maybe Innovation's going to be forced back, and 17 workers have died. So Patience doing a really good job of actually hampering the economy of our Terran player at this point. And, well, Patience once again has not noticed that his Colossus is just kind of stuck on the other side of the map. And now we have the rally coming on in. Disruptor shot's not really going to hit all that well. Second one's going to go off, though. This one's actually not going to hit at all. And Patience, you just got to have 2, buddy. Got to find that Colossus. But it looks like that is not going to be the case here. So Disruptors are going to wander on forward. One will go down, but the other 2 will be kept alive here. And, you know, Patience is taking rather good fights. His supply deficit is not really increasing all that much as more shots are going to go off here. And the key thing here is, well, we see one of mine is going down. Oh, that's going to be a big shot, too, and supplies equal. And now the Colossus will find the army. The army is going to find the Colossus, but Patience now will be able to make something happen with this splash. But, of course, Innovation does have a 4th base on the way. Patience kind of stuck on 3 bases as he defends this pressure. So we're going to have to see whether he's going to be able to take that 4th base, or whether he just is kind of happy to sit on 3 bases and keep the robo units. Play that style that he showed in the GSL somewhat recently. But there we go. Okay, so now we have +3 attack on the way here. So right now, Patience has an upgrade lead, and it looks like he will eventually have upgrade quality, a little bit more damage, a little bit less survivability. Charge on the way as well. So Patience, how many Colossus is he going on up to? Right now he's at 3. He's going up to 5. We may even see a 6th one, and this is the style that he showed in GSL last year that looked really good in PvT. Very old school. Of course, you take slower bases because you're just building your high-tech units. And, I mean, honestly, no one goes and builds 3, 5, 7 Colossus. So this is, again, this is really cool. This is a very stylistic move here from Patience. And it's something that has worked out well for him in the past. As we have the flanking EMPs coming on down. These Disruptor shots will not be all that successful, and it's just going to be a recall for Patience. He's not going to lose a whole lot, but the Disruptors are going to struggle to find their way back. So, actually, that's going to be really nice here for Innovation. But when we look at the balance of things, Innovation does have his 4th base just a little bit faster. His 2-2 is closer to being done than not done, but Innovation and Patience, they have equalized supply, or I should say Patience has equalized the supply here for Innovation. And, well, the amount that he has spent to do that is not nearly as bad as we saw in game number 1. It's not 15k, it's just 2. And 2 is within the over-under. 2 is within the error margin here in this game. So now we have Patience getting aggressive with 5 Colossus. Innovation, of course, active on the map as well. He only has 4 Vikings, but what I'm worried about here for Patience is the fact that Innovation here, he's already on the map. Patience not really onto Innovation's base at this point, and more importantly, we don't have a recall, so now Innovation, he's just going to dive on top of this. Robo bays are going to go on down, and we got a base trade coming on up, and of course the cardinal rules of StarCraft 2, one of them, is you don't base trade a Terran. Certainly you don't base trade a Terran when the Terran's already started the base trade, and that is exactly what is happening on up here. Now, +3, 3-2 will be done by the time, well, actually Innovation may be able to cancel this disruptor shot. Not going to be successful. The second one, well, it's just going to go on down. So, Innovation being rather successful with this. Okay, so how many command centers have died? One planetary has died. The third base was able to get on up here. +3 is done, but +2 armor will go on down. So it's going to be 3-2 versus 2-2 with +1 air, or 3-1 versus 2-2. So rough upgrade parity here for Innovation and Patience. And here's the big deal, right? Patience has been supply blocked already. Innovation has not. So we're going to see 2 bases at the very least from Patience go on down. And a majority of his tech. So 6 gateways are on the way, but what we really need to see is a bunch of pylons go down. There we go. So 6 pylons are on the way here, but the Colossus are going to be able to fight this. And only 2 Colossus for the moment, but 3 more are joining the fray. And Innovation, he's not able to take this fight. That being said, he does have an army supply lead. I'm not exactly sure where it is. Okay, it's rallying on in right now. The Vikings are fighting, sure, but that's just not enough Vikings. One Colossus will go down. But that was actually a really good fight for Patience. And with all the Vikings going down, I mean, honestly, with 4 Colossus here, as long as Patience can continue to get his warp-ins in, he's got a shot because he was able to double expand, so he is still mining. He's actually mining a lot more than Innovation is at this point. And there we go. It looks like we have the third base being retaken here from Innovation once again. So what do we have here from structures? We have a Stargate. We don't have any robos. We don't have a robo bay. It's just 12 gate. And we don't have... Oh, we have 1 forge left, actually, so Patience can get his +2 started again. But right now, he's severely lacking on gas. Yes, he has a decent mineral income, but... Well, he lost the gas at his natural. He has gas at his third base. And maybe gas at his main. Look at this one adept. Again, actually going to get a decent amount of damage. Knocking all that down, but Patience does need to take the gases at his 4th base at the very least, maybe at his 5th base as well. But it looks like he doesn't really show any desire to move on into this higher tech. Instead, it will just be mass gateway units with 3 Colossus that already exist. And the longer this goes, the less I like it, I think, because, well, Innovation, he is producing Vikings. He's at 4. Soon he's going to be at 6. Soon he's going to be at 8. Now, of course, the flip side here, Innovation, he is losing a lot of his economy. In a game where he has been rather behind on economy for the majority of the last 5 minutes, too. But again, the thing is, Patience needs to be able to take a fight. And that is really what we're lacking, is he doesn't have any disruptors. He only has 3 Colossus. And I guess the thought here, the hope is you're just warping a lot of stock, you're able to knock down the Vikings, and you have enough charge lots on front to make that okay. And, well, you're able to take the fight. So now we have the fight capping on in here. And look at that. We do have it's going to be hallucinated Colossus. That's pretty cool. And there we go. Recall back to the 4th base. Okay. Oh, no. These Colossus are not in a great position here. So 1 Colossus will go on down here. Stalker's not really able to take this fight. 2nd Colossus does go down. 3rd Colossus will go on down. Now the power, the only thing that Patience really had going for him in this game from an army perspective, will go on down. Yeah, these adepts are going to get 14 more SCV. Sure, Innovation only had 21 workers, but does that really matter? Now the Vikings are going to land a lot of these Stalkers. Will die. Actually, you know what? It very well might here. Do we have a blink? No. Innovation will be able to get back on out, but 14 more SCVs do die. And Patience, if he's able to keep going, his army, yeah, sorry, his production is so much stronger than that of Innovation's. And this game is getting scrappy as hell, and I absolutely love it. This is a game where Innovation says, all I gotta do is I build an army that can fight yours. And oh, he's gonna find the rest of the tech here. The Immortals are going down, and now it's only charge lots. Effectively, it's only charge lots. And yes, these are charge lots, Adepts, Stalkers, but Innovation's only have 12 SCVs. Innovation has pretty much this army, and that is going to be just about it. I feel like, honestly, Patience can kind of give this base up, right? He has a couple more mining bases, but he can't afford to lose these probes. That's the scary thing. And really, he can't afford to lose this production. Even scarier. So he's going to lose, what is that? 6 gateway production, and he will lose the base and 11 workers. So that is the problem, right? And so we have 6 gates, so we only have 5 gates of production at this point. But meanwhile, Innovation's going to lose his 3rd base for real this time. And Patience, does he have a recall? I believe he does. So we're going to see Patience fight part of Innovation here. And I like this from Innovation, from Patience, as he's just really making it so Innovation's never going to be able to mine again, as this army is going to go down as well, taking a really nice trade of part of the army. All the SCVs are going down. Innovation on 1 SCV. I guess there's 1 SCV on into the natural, and we may even just see a recall here, as especially with that recall. Patience is on certainly blink and run here. There we go. There's the recall. Okay, so Patience is not going to lose too much from that recall. And now what does he have? He's down 20 army supply. But Innovation, functionally, he's not mining. Functionally, yeah, he's got mules, but he only has 2 orbitals. So Patience will lose this base, but he's kind of okay with that. The only thing he's doing here really is making sure that he's able to trade as efficiently as possible, making sure that he's able to make use of his income advantage and turn it into a supply lead. Now, of course, it's a supply lead, but we're talking army supply lead here. So, oh no, the Stalker's on move command. So Innovation actually will be able to find that. And the big deal, right? There are no shield batteries anywhere. So that's going to be a rather big problem here for Patience. As now Patience, he does have these gateways, so he should be able to warp all of them in. But Innovation will be able to knock down that pylon once again. So we're not really going to see the majority of the production here from Patience come to the fore in this game, and he will lose that. That Nexus will get killed, by the way, not canceled. But Patience has a rather exciting flank coming on up here. So it's a lot of chargeless on the left-hand side, decent amount of Blink Stalkers, and some chargeless on the right-hand side. And, well, we're just going to have to see whether Patience can make this flank happen. Now, Innovation's in a really good spot, right? It's difficult for Patience to take this fight. Oh, that EMP will not land, but we do have a couple more. And actually, look at this. I love this. The Ghost, they're going to cloak. So there's actually there's no detection here, but the charge lots going on in for the Flank Stalkers are going to target down all of the medevacs here, and it's only Ghosts left. Only Ghosts are going to be the entire army of Innovation at this point. The Ghost will eventually run out of energy, and Patience, it looks like he has finally done it. Question marks to galore here for Innovation, but that is question marks do not win you the game, and that's going to be it. GG. Patience is going to take game number 2 in a marathon base trade. What a game there. Here we are spawning in the bottom left in the blue, taking game number 2 and an insane game number 2. Give it up for Patience. And his opponent in the upper right in the red, representing Kaitza Gaming, the Machine, the final boss. He is Innovation. And what does he go for in this game? Will it be a Reaper expand? Will it be a Marine expand? I believe the first 2 games, it was a Reaper expand. Of course, that does mean that you have a slightly slower factory, but on the flip side, wait, I'm sorry. We have Patience here. He went for a Nexus first in this game number 3, and that is ballsy as hell, but hey, it's going to pay off. We don't see a T-Rex. We don't see anything too greedy coming on up here, and really you're only worried about the earliest bits of pressure if you do go for a Nexus first. So Patience, yeah, going Nexus first into double gas. And Patience, oh, this is pretty cool. Exactly, bold kid indeed. So I love this. His Nexus will just be just about done by the time that Innovation scouts this, and by the time his command system really was started. So it looks like it will be Marine into, actually not even into Reactor, Marine into Factory into Reactor. His Innovation looks to turn up the taps onto things as well. This is really the earliest possible factory that you can possibly get. So will be Hellion drops, I think, coming on up on the map here, as that. Well, maybe not. Okay, maybe not. That did look like that SCV was looking for a Hellion drop location, but no. And now we have those additional gateways. So Patience will have to weather a storm here from Innovation in this game number 3, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, when you're greedy, your opponent is going to want to punish you for it. And of course, Innovation could do something greedy by going for like a 2-minute and 50-second third base, but no. This is just going to be a one-on-one of some sort. And there we go. Proxy starport on the way. Just not going to be quite as advanced as Innovation was telegraphing it earlier. But look at this. Patience. He's gone for a Stargate build. Oh, man. He's got this build. Oh, it's worked out in the perfect way. Now, look at this. He scouted where the proxy starport was going to be. Now, will he find... Oh, he will. Oh, he's going to find the proxy... Oh, yep, he will. And he might even be able to cancel this. Yeah. He's going to be able to get this SCV in time. Will he actually? No, if there's some good RNG, SCV RNG, he won't, but no. It looks like Patience. Oh, you got a micro at Patience. Delay. Nope, he's not. Okay. He had a chance. It's not going to work. But now Patience is aware of literally everything that Innovation is doing at this point. And yeah, it will be 4 Hellions on this drop, not 3, but we're going to have Phoenix on the way immediately. And this is just going to be so good here for Patience. Oh, wait. We're going to see something really cool. So, I don't think it's going to work here for Innovation, but it's a really cool idea. So, we're going to see the medevac shark around on the left-hand side. And then Innovation, I think what he wants to do is going to try to dive on into the natural with the fake up. But no, he's just going to pick up and drop. Okay. But he will drop on into the natural where there's just less army, there's less defense. But now we have this drop coming on in here. Phoenix are going to be able to get the lifts that they need. Phoenix, you got to get the lifts. There we go. 1 Phoenix will get the lift. 2nd Phoenix do get the lift here. So 4 workers are going to go down. The question is whether we will get to 9. I think it's probably the magic number here. So 9 workers do go on down. And will it be more than that? Looks like the answer shall be no. 10. Okay, 10 workers go down. And, but, okay, the medevac's going to die. All the Hellions have died. Nope. Patience got to kill the medevac. Okay, there we go. Medevac's going to die. And the, well, Hellions are going to die. And this is, of course, off of a... quick third Nexus, but Innovation does have a 5-worker lead. Even so. So I was about to say, yeah, I don't think Innovation got enough out of this, but he's got a 5-worker lead. 3-worker lead now. So I think, honestly, Innovation's feeling pretty okay with this for the time being here. As, well, Phoenix will be able to go on in, knock down a couple Marines, do what he can to shut down the eventual follow-up push here from Innovation. But Innovation... he went for a quick third base. For third base went down at 415, 430. So this is not a +1 stim combat shield timing that's looking to punish Patience for, well, for the damage that he took earlier on. Instead, the goal of this is going to be to punish Patience by, or to take advantage of Innovation's advantage is another way to say that, by, really, by going on in there and just getting further ahead from a macro perspective. Alright, so now we do have Phoenix Colossus here from Patience, and once again, like we saw against Cure, he is staying on 5, right? We're seeing the older style where you only stay on 5 Phoenix, and you go from there, right? Honestly, you don't even rebuild. The whole goal there is you establish some map control, you shut down some drops maybe, but really you go into ground-based tech behind that. You get charge, you get blink, you get +1, all those fun things. Now, granted, Stats' build does get that too, but it gets to that a little bit later. So that's the trade-off there, as Patience now does have his third base up. He does have a worker lead, albeit a small one. And he will have, well, 1 Colossus is on the way. Just about halfway done. So he should have about 2 Colossus for the eventual push that Innovation is going to go for. Alright, so now we have Innovation with this big push coming on in, and of course Patience did take the arguably slightly more pushable location. as there are some really nice doodads for the tanks to take advantage of. But charge is closer to being done than not done. And there are, of course, 5 Phoenix on the map, and those are, of course, liftable. But with the 4 Widow Mines here, that's going to be rather difficult. All the bio as well. So now Innovation, sensing that he has split the army of Patience off just a little bit, is going to try to stem on top of this Colossus. Excuse me. But a really nice force field will keep him back. Actually, Probes are going to be forced to deal with this. 6 workers will go on down here. The Colossus will stay alive for the time being, but Patience doesn't really feel like he can really push on in. So it's only going to be 2 Colossus as the Robo is dead. And now, well, with 6 Widow Mines on the field, yeah, there's no way these Phoenix are going to be able to do anything. And it looks like Innovation at this point, honestly, he just has too much. He's doubling the army supply of his opponent at this point. The Natural will die, the Robo as well, so I don't know what Patience is waiting for. I feel like you got to take a fight. But the Widow Mines and the tanks are just absolutely zoning out Patience to an extreme extent. There we go. Colossus on the high ground is going to go down. And I think this is just going to be about all she wrote. I don't know that Patience can take the fight. There we go. Yeah, he just got zoned out. Army in the wrong position. Innovation's going to sweep him aside in GG.